I'm curious to know if you have a particular news event in mind. I came in just in the last sentence of
Oh, we were
Robert.
talking about allergies and how
Oh,
the
okay. Uh-huh.
hot yoga really helps me with my allergies.
Oh,
And
okay.
talking about how we renamed it from Bikram yoga to just hot yoga.
Oh, okay.
That's all.
Not quite so heavy as it sounded.
No,
Oh, really?
I don't know. Is that a superpower? I just like I go into the heavy stuff. Like I don't know. I guess I just see like I've been fortunate to be mentored and educated by a lot of people who have been severely impacted by um, patriarchal colonial imperialism capitalism and like my first reaction is always that's not true. And then it's like, wait a minute, this is a person telling me their experience. I can't say their experience didn't happen. And as I listen more and more, it's like, oh my golly, it's such a it's it's killing everybody. And we don't even know it. Like a lot of us don't even realize what a burden this is that we're carrying around all the time. And so that's why I think that's why I've done so much work in that area. That's why I go straight into it, and I need to be a little more conscious that not everybody wants to have that conversation.
Okay with me.
Not having the conversation.
Oh, no, okay with to have it. Yes.
Ah,
Conversation is okay with me.
got it. So you found you Bruce, did you send in a request about like bike parades and stuff?
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. And I got a reply from, I forget who it was. He had a nickname. Uh
It's
I
Robot, and he
Robot,
runs
I
the
think. Yeah, Robot.
yeah.
Uh who informed me that there's been a bike parade, bike party in Humboldt for maybe a decade, and I didn't know about it. I've lived here about a year and a half, and of course it hasn't been going during that time. And I sent a Facebook message to their manager at their Facebook page to encourage them to start it up again, and I could possibly help because I'm semi-retired.
Yeah. One of the stated requests from the community is that Kinetic Universe do more, partnering with other members, other organizations
Yeah.
in the so and I don't know if you know this, but people ask for things and then they don't actually want them. So we're testing a couple of things. We're testing out, like I'm going to encourage Robot to bring the UFO or his kinetic pedicab on to the bike parade
Yeah.
as part of his duties for
Okay.
for being the museum director. And then during the shelter in place race, there was a more than just you, Joel. Other people asked for community service tie-in, and I've pushed out some stuff about a trash-a-thon that the Northern Environmental Center up there has initiated. I think right now my team's the only one that's signed up, but again, it's one of those things. You try it out, you see if people really want to do these partnerships, and if you don't get any traction on it, it's like, I guess that's not important. We'll move on to something else.
Do you have a link to the triathlon?
I do.
Okay. I don't remember seeing that anywhere.
I post it every time I post my request for people to send donations.
Okay.
But you know what? Have you registered yet?
I have.
So we need to put together, we, the people putting on the race, need to put together a resources package of some sort. We know
Okay.
people are going to help getting their videos together. Not everybody, but a lot of people are like, I can film something with my phone live on Facebook.
Yeah.
And you know, we need different than that. But like even Sandy Sherman managed to film something and send it in. It's like, wow, you know, you're older than I am, and you totally nailing the technology. So I, you know, no one gets to use age as an excuse, but you can certainly use skill level as an excuse and interest as an excuse. So yeah, we'll get a resources page or
Okay.
document, because you're
That
going to
sounds
want to
good.
know stuff like where do you upload your videos and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
I have a
Robert,
question.
Hi.
What's your interest in bike party?
Oh, mine.
Yeah. Are you
Uh,
attempting to like bring a kinetic sculpture to it?
uh, well, I wasn't aware that Humboldt County even had it.
Okay.
So it's hidden away on Facebook, which I don't use a
Yeah.
lot. I do belong, but I don't just that's not the first place where I search for something. So maybe I should learn. Anyway, so I thought that Kinetic Universe was a great organization to sponsor that kind of thing if it didn't exist already. But you know, since it does exist, I guess I'm kind of directed elsewhere to help promote it. You know,
Okay.
I'll help publicize and a few things like that for them because I think it's a great, you know, community thing. I've enjoyed
Yeah.
it a lot in the Bay Area.
Oh, you've been to the Bay Area once. Okay.
Oh yeah. I lived there before a year and a half ago. I lived in Oakland and I've been to East
Okay.
Bay and San Francisco.
Oh,
And,
okay. You've
and
probably seen me then. So I've been a volunteer at the East Bay and the San Jose one for about 10 years. So
oh really?
yeah,
Uh-huh.
got the recycle bike
Yeah.
or the Raven bike they call them in San Jose. But yeah.
And then inspired by Robert's talking about trash mobiles last week, I told him that I would do a trash mobile if they need it. That's an important thing for a bike party.
That is, yes. Everybody needs one. Yeah, they tend to
I
create
was
a
at
lot
one
of,
East Bay bike party that was pretty trashy. I
yeah.
think we left a mess and I carried some of it away in my, but anyway.
That's good. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely, there have been some more than others have been quite bad as far as the trash goes. So that's why we started the cleanup crew that, you know, runs around after it. They're actually having one today, although I'm not going to go this time because this is the first one they're doing since the pandemic is over, but the pandemic is not over. So I told them we're not cleaning up after this one. So I'll wait a few months till people are vaccinated, then maybe.
Yeah, I thought it was good how they designed the reopening to say the theme is a mask appreciation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do see a few masks on the side of the road. I wonder.
Oh, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
They're the new litter.
Trash.
Yeah. Yeah. But that grabber, that's really good at grabbing them. I don't even have to slow down. It's like,
There's different kinds of grabbers. There's the ones with the little cups on it. Those are pretty good for trash, but they're garbage for bottles. You need to have the one they're just like sticks with little rubber
yeah,
bits on the end. Those are good for bottles because you can't get bottles at the other one.
Another thing that I think works really well at bike parties that maybe the organization doesn't realize is that people were showing up with selling food, maybe even out of their car, you know, at a party destination. I mean, it's nice if it's totally by bike, but maybe not everybody's set up well enough. So anyway, it really makes a party to have food.
Absolutely does, yeah.
Yeah.
I can tell you that the San Jose one, that's actually planned. So the volunteers that organize to make sure that there's actually 1 or 2 food trucks at every stop. The East Bay one, actually, they got more of the Burning Man ethic of, you know, we want to not be capitalist and promote that sort of thing. So they generally discourage the selling of food at the event, although some people find out about it and just do it anyway. But yeah, there's a couple of volunteers that don't like it, but most people are fine with it. We did have a lady that sold tamales that showed up every time for a couple of years.
I saw her.
Yeah, she hasn't come in a couple of years though. Yeah, but it's definitely hard if there's no food. Bathroom facilities too are always a problem.
Yeah.
San Jose started bringing porta potties on a trailer, which was a good plan, but it wasn't a bike trailer. They talked about making it on bikes, and they one of our volunteers actually did that for a couple of rides, but it was different. It was a tent, so he deployed this tent, and then he gave you I think there's like these little camping bags, and you pee into the bag and then you throw the bag away. So then he had all that packed onto a trailer on his bike.
Oh God.
Later they decided that wasn't the most sanitary thing, because I think he crashed and those bags were everywhere. So that was gross. so they put an actual porta potty that they bought, and they just put that on a car trailer, and they drive that around to the party stops. But the line tends to get long for that. The East Bay one doesn't have any solution for bathrooms, so people just pee on fences and it's gross. But I don't know. We got to figure out something about that. But that's one of the things you got to worry about when you plan any events is, you know, where are people going to go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
How are people going to eat? Who's going to clean up garbage?
Yeah.
Where are people going to park? You know, all those things.
These are the important infrastructure questions that a lot of people don't really think about until they start doing like urban design or actually have an event. It's like, these are the people, they eat, they have to go to the bathroom, and some of them are going to need medical attention. You know, these are the things. I have a group I follow on Facebook, Ephemeral.
I'm familiar with that. Yeah.
And it's been super entertaining to watch these libertarians, anarchists realize that they have to build infrastructure. It's like, who's in charge of building infrastructure? It's like, you can't use my infrastructure. I'm the one who built it. It's like, wow, you guys, this is super entertaining for me to watch them battle this out.
It reminds me of that Family Guy episode where they dissolve the local government. And then Peter decides like, oh, I'll just be in charge of everything. And then by the end of the episode, he's like, what if we collectively pool our money and then we pay people to solve these problems for us? And then we'll elect people to order those people to do things for us.
Yeah. The only thing worse than government is no government.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat in front of you. I made fish tacos for dinner.
Oh, good. If we don't have an agenda, I have an agenda item.
Oh, yeah. No, there's never an agenda for flat tires. It's you just show up and we talk about whatever.
Okay. Well, for the last... Oh, yeah.
Actually, yeah, we invent the agenda as we go along.
Okay. Well, I have an agenda to invent.
All right.
For the last couple of years, we've been just loading our sculpture onto the back of our pickup truck. Oh, hello. Um,
Mhm.
but it's gotten to the point where that's just frustrating. It's getting too big. It's too heavy. I don't want to do that anymore. And we have to take half of it apart every time we want to, bring it off of the tailgate. Oh, hello. So we
Hi,
we
Lori.
got a trailer. The trailer was a total wreck, but I got it at a super cheap, almost nothing price, and basically rebuilt it. So I've never actually, run a kinetic sculpture on the back of a car trailer before, and I'm trying to think of the logistics of how this is going to work, because when you drive it to a race, if you're in a hotel, you'll just park it at the hotel, but then security becomes a concern, because what's to stop someone from just hitching up your trailer and then running off of it, which I would assume someone is going to want to do. So I'm just wondering what other things people do for security, and what things people do when they bring it to the event.
Well, one thing
Anyway.
one thing you can do is you can buy it's basically a ball that fits into the socket and it's got a lock on it.
Okay.
So then it's secure, so nobody can hook onto their hitch, because you've basically occupied the ball.
I see. Okay. So I saw one of those and I thought to myself, well, then you could just take the two bolts off that hold the receiver on, remove that receiver, go to a different store, and go to AutoZone and just get another receiver for $20 and then put that on. And then you totally bypass that.
Well, I think obviously anything can be stolen. You just want to stop the people, the casual thieves.
Okay.
Like I bet you have locks on your door, but yet a big plate glass window right next to it in your living room.
Oh yeah, I think every house is like that.
Yeah, so you can stop the people that are just going to casually rob the place, but if they want in, they can get in.
Yeah.
Are you concerned about the trailer itself?
Well, I mean both, but I see a lot of reports online where people will lose their trailer because somebody steals it. They just want the trailer, and then they'll find whatever cool thing they had inside it, like their giant telescope, winds up in a ditch in some other county.
Yeah.
But the trailer's gone.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would guess that it would be more of a target for theft. Like, okay, you unload the thing, you park it on the side of the road, then you go do your race for a couple of days, then you come back. It's like, okay, maybe your trailer's gone, maybe it's not. But then I'm also concerned, like, okay, so then you pull into a KOA. I guess you're closer to it then, so it's not so bad there. But like a hotel wouldn't be a great situation, because you pull it up, you have your trailer there. You probably take it off the truck because they've only got regular parking spots most of the time. And then you're occupying two parking spots. So then why wouldn't someone just back up and take it?
Right. So the person to ask is probably Tina Kerrigan.
Okay.
Because this is, they live in Oregon somewhere, and they come down to the race, and they do rent a motel, them and their whole team. They get like three suites. And she has a nice trailer. It's a big enclosed trailer with a bunch of stuff. So, I mean, it's a valuable trailer rather than one that she got for $50. And
I think it's a horse trailer.
It's a big, it's a horse. It is a horse trailer. A smaller trailer, like we rent a Verbo or an Airbnb, and we leave the trailer in the garage. And there's enough other racers. So one of the interesting things that came out of the surveys is 60% of the racers are from out of town. So you can like ask and say, hey, who has space in their garage and is staying near the hotel that we're in, that we can dump our trailer in here? And then you wouldn't have to worry about it at all.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
You just have to worry about it when it's at your house.
Well, yeah, but that's a whole nother story. Okay. Well, that gives me something to think about. I was also thinking about other things like those things that like the meter maid uses, the what do you call them? The
Boot.
Yeah, the boot they put on the tire. That's another option. Because then they can't just switch out the receiver.
Yeah, we used a boot at a company I worked for that we bought an enclosed trailer, and we just booted the trailer all the time because it was in a high theft area and it never got
Yeah.
messed with.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, it's one of those things where, I see it on the news constantly. I'm like, oh, wonder if this will be a big deal.
You're towing a thing that looks sketchy already, and
On a sketchy
you're-
trailer, no less.
on a sketchy
Bad.
trailer, and like any human who like has enough sense that they want to keep their fingers is going to be like, I'm going to go to the next one.
Yeah. Okay.
We can paint rust on it. And
Paint rust.
And
It
cracks.
just is rusty.
we'll paint cracks on it.
Yeah. Good idea.
All right. Well,
Yes.
that was my agenda item.
Oh, good. That was good. I'm going to write down trailer security as something to put in the YouTube description.
I think it just depends how much you want to spend. There's ranges of options, right? We have to decide how much we're willing to spend on trailer insurance.
Trailer insurance.
That's basically what it
Buy
is.
another one. Or repair another one in this case.
But I really like the blue scrap wood we got. Guess we could paint more wood blue.
The only thing I don't like about having a trailer is driving 55 miles an hour. That trip
Yeah.
up,
Oh yeah.
a trip to anywhere is like,
Hey, at least then you have an excuse. Sometimes I drive slow because it's windy and dangerous, and then everyone gets mad at me, and I'm like, but it's windy and dangerous. But if I had a trailer, I'd be like, it's out of my hands.
They'll still be mad though.
sorry.
Yeah.
Aw. I
Also,
appreciate your commitment to safety. Thank you for that.
well, I saw something that said whenever you're driving fast, think about your mother. And whenever I think about that, I tighten my seatbelt and I feel sad because I don't want her to have to handle me being in a car crash.
Ooh, yeah. Or Joel's mother. Like, try to explain to her. Like, no, thanks.
Yeah, it's not worth it. I'll be late to whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, good for you. She's good for you, Joel.
I know.
Actually, he drives even slower than me. He does. He's one of those. I think it's because he's got the big pickup truck, and everybody who's got a big car knows nobody can mess with
It's not
them.
a big pickup truck. It's a Ranger.
Okay, well, it's bigger than my car. And everyone who has a big car on the highway, they know that they're just going to set the speed for everyone, and no one's going to get upset. And I've got a little car, and so people don't give me the same kind of respect on the road.
You have to give those Ford Rangers respect. They're one of the best built Ford vehicles ever. They just go and 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 go.
I know. 20 years on mine so far.
Oh, woo!
Oh, you're all officially invited to my car's 100,000 mile party, which will be whenever it hits 100,000 miles.
Thank
I assume
you.
it's
Yay.
soon.
At
You'll li-
99 as of today.
All right.
You live stream it?
Oh,
Maybe. I was thinking of making a cupcake and eating it, but that doesn't really do anything for the car.
Give an oil change.
Yeah, an oil change. I don't know. It just got an oil change.
Do another one.
Okay.
Cool it flush. I don't
Well,
know.
I'm very proud of it. Mine's a Toyota, so they never die.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job. Yeah, just keep changing the oil in them and they just run and run and run and run.
Yep. Unless you get your catalytic converter stolen. Hello.
Ugh.
so I kind of just started following this group about a week ago. And how is the word getting out about the shelter in place race? Is that kind of in full advertising mode, or still preparation?
You know, that is a really great question. We're really good at sending emails to our database of about 2,000 folks who have participated in some capacity in the past. We don't know how to reach outside of our circle. And so it ends up looking like we're a clique, even though we're trying very hard to like reach outside of our clique. No one has any real marketing or advertising experience. And so it's challenging. Like Joel, how did you find out about the race?
Oh, okay. Believe it or not, I had a neighbor when I oh gross. When I had a neighbor when I was a child who did it. And he just went, I was riding my bike, I don't know, I was like 7 or something. I was riding my bike in front of my house and he comes by on this weird thing. And then he starts showing it to me. And he's like, oh, it's got a propeller. It goes in the water. Check this out. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. And I didn't actually go to the race. He just told me that's where he was going to go. And he moved away not long after that. But I don't know, I always remembered it. And then when YouTube became a thing, I started like looking at it on YouTube, and then I was like, yeah, let's do it.
So Bruce, that's your answer.
Yeah.
What?
Word of mouth.
What?
Yeah, word of mouth.
Yeah, my coworker last year said she was going, and I was like, "What's that?" She was like, "Oh, it's thing," or not last year.
It would have been a long time before last year.
One of the years, she said that, and I hadn't put 2 and 2 together because Joel was always watching weird bike videos, and I was like, "Oh, that's the thing in the video. It's not that far from here." So yeah, word of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So where do you find new things, Bruce? You don't go to Facebook to find things. How do you find things?
Word of mouth. I have various groups. I don't know. I've been kind of stuck with a couple of organizations. Well, since I've been in Humboldt County, actually the main social group I've ever connected with is the Unitarian Fellowship, but I'm not all that crazy about them anymore. And wanting to have more fun, and they're very serious about climate activism and stuff like that. But anyway, I mean, Kinetic Sculpture is only peripherally about that. I guess, I think I'm going to, you're wondering about ideas for where to advertise. I look at bulletin boards at the co-op supermarket sometimes. Everything has been so shut down.
Yeah.
I've sort of gotten out of the habit. The Lost Coast Outpost is quite popular. I think my sister, who's lived in the county for 40 years, reads that a lot.
And they love us. We just need to figure out some wording so that they know what we're asking, what we're offering this year.
Yeah.
But that's still Humboldt County.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah, it can go beyond. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was surprised by how many people in Humboldt County don't know about it, because when we did the race in 2019, we stayed at a bed and breakfast or what, Airbnb, whatever it is. Yeah, we stayed at one of those, and we showed up with this thing in the car, and the host was like, "What the hell is that?" And we're like, "Oh, we thought this would need no explanation for you." He's like, "Oh, we've lived here like 4 years. I had no idea that was even a thing." I'm like, "Okay."
And the Uber driver.
And yeah, then the next day, we got an Uber to take us back to the start so we could go pick up our truck. And Uber driver had no idea what was going on either. Like, what the hell is this?
But we convinced her to come.
Yeah, we did. We told her about it, and then she was like, "I didn't know that was a thing." And she's like, "Is it still going on?" I'm like, "It's all weekend." So we saw her at one point on the side of the road. She was waving like, "That's awesome, man."
That's great. Yeah.
It seems to me maybe posters at businesses are a good thing, especially if the people are participating. Like I'm
Bike
thinking of
shops.
contacting what's his first name? Clendenin, who has an apple orchard in Fortuna, and I saw a kinetic sculpture hanging in one of his barns. And so like, I'm not sure I'm going to start a team. I'm shortly going to get involved in Big Brothers, and I hope to have that as an activity with my big brother, my little brother contacts. But I don't know if I'm going to design and implement the whole thing. So I'm going to try to find other people who are also interested. And Clendenin is one that is high on my list. Let's see.
That's exactly the kind of thing we want to support as an institution, is Big Brothers, skill building. There's so many. It looks like it's just a wacky time, but like as Joel and Lori will tell you, like what beyond just the whack factor, what do you guys have to bring in order to be successful?
Oh man. Okay.
Space.
Yeah, you got to
tools.
change your whole lifestyle just to make this work. First of all, you got to have enough room in your house or someplace you can go to actually build this thing.
You need some basic
So-
tools.
You need lots of
So-
time because it's not going to work the
No, you
first
don't
8
need a
times.
list.
Hmm?
You didn't give them
Okay,
a
those are
reasonable
all-
list.
A reasonable list. Oh,
Those
Yeah,
are
yeah,
all
so
the
you-
privilege. I mean, that's all. That's privilege.
Okay.
That's the privilege part. How about the parts
Oh.
that don't require privilege?
I think you would need some basic skills like how you cut things and attach things to other things.
yeah.
And there are many ways to do that. You don't need to do
Yep.
the welding or brazing if you don't want to.
Right.
And I think you need some general engineering know-how, but not necessarily schooling, just kind of an understanding of how things roll and turn, which you could learn just
Yeah.
by riding a bike.
I think just bike mechanic skills in general will serve you well. And not just like knowing how to put together existing bike parts, but like really understanding what all these bike parts do, and then being able to reassemble them in new ways.
I think there's a lot of good resources on the internet for that, actually. We
Yeah.
used a couple.
We did.
Yeah.
but when you're so Bruce, what age group are you serving with the Big Brothers? How
Big
old
Brother-
is the little brother?
I haven't met my match yet. I have been told that I have done all the steps. So I thinking it's probably around 12 or something. Yeah, I just recalled that there's a bike kitchen, a community bike repair shop in Eureka that before COVID I was going to get involved in, and now I'll go back to it. I've sort of been hibernating, so it's time to come out.
Yeah, because the diagnostic skills that you learn from like understanding why the brakes are rubbing and which thing you do to make it like not rub anymore,
Yeah.
those kinds of like analysis skills serve you for your entire life. So thanks, Lori. I think you understood what I was asking for.
Oops.
That's why I'm here. Well, actually, one thing I didn't mention I think is really important is that I think this is very impactful when you're younger, is when you have a plan and you do the plan and then the thing doesn't work, it's really crushing. And I think, no, seriously, and one thing
It
that
is. Yeah.
that we need to help people learn is that this is going to be always evolving and getting better. And just because it didn't come out the way you thought of it doesn't mean it's a failure or that you haven't done the right thing. We just need to keep iterating.
Opportunity for redesign.
Exactly. Yeah. And learning and making something even cooler.
We call it failing to succeed at our house. You fail your way to success.
Yeah.
My first sculpture was made out of wood, so it's all bolted and nailed together. So
Oh, great.
Brilliant.
It already floats.
Well, it's recoverable. Yeah. So Bruce, you're really like on fire, and
Oh, I don't know.
I want to stay connected
to,
with you because the kinds
yeah.
of things that you're interested in are the kinds of things the board wants to support. So keep showing up and keep asking and keep poking at us. We have a giant list of things and not enough people to do them yet. So we'll get there, but the visions you have are things that we also have.
Yeah. There are lots of good groups around. Well, I mean, I mentioned that I have at least to some extent built two vehicles before, and one I got in a really fortuitous relationship with a group called Place.
Oh yeah.
People linking art, community, and ecology in Oakland, and they have a fab lab, and there was
Nick Bertulis and his crew. Yeah, I'm familiar with them.
Yeah, they were right next to Rock the Bike, and
yeah,
and
Oh yeah.
they had a connection. I'm spacing out on names. There's a fellow who really was very instrumental in building my bike, who now builds electric motorcycles in Kansas. I should contact him. I mean, he'd make an entry. He loves this kind of stuff. He also does other things besides electric motorcycles. But that's how he makes his living now, I think.
Yeah, would you please? What do you need from us in order to make that that ask?
Yeah. Oh, to that particular fellow or to Place? Do you know the people at Place already? You'll contact them?
I do. And the thing is that like they have their ideas and mission already like underway. Yeah. And I support them, but I'm not going to ask them to shift and do something different. It's like the Scraper Bikes crew. It's like, you guys are awesome all on your own. Don't let the white guy come in and colonize you. Just keep doing your great thing. And they do, they don't need me to say Jack Diddley to them. I'm learning about this guy in Kansas.
Oh yeah. So his first name is Tyson Webster. And he has a website called, he calls his business Vessel Bikes, VESSEL, I believe. And I'll get in touch with him. And so he's a great fabricator.
Cool.
Yeah.
Boy, Kansas, there's the closest race to him is going to be the Colorado race.
Really? Yeah.
For like race, but he could totally do something, and video it and send it in.
Yeah. He grew up in Kansas, and then he was quite a hippie in Oakland, or at least what I'd call a hippie. That's an old term. He was only in his 30s, but anyway. But I wonder how he's faring in Kansas. He seemed to have changed his culture quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Phew.
I have. Oh, sorry.
Hi, Monkey.
Hi.
Go ahead,
There's
Joe.
someone else here. Oh, I was thinking. So years ago, I went to. Okay, I was in San Jose, and there was down on at the San Jose State campus. They were having an event where they had all these different engineering departments from other CSUs, and they all were getting together, and they were having a recumbent bike race where each of these engineering departments had basically built a recumbent bike. So we thought it'd be fun just to, show up, bring some beers and just watch and see what's going on. But, they were really interesting builds, and there were quite a few teams from all the different CSUs that showed up to this. And now I'm looking back on that and thinking that seems like exactly the sort of group of people that would be very interested in something like kinetics, with the only misfortune that it kind of coincides with finals. So that's going to make it kind of hard for them to show up. But other than that, they definitely seem like they could be into it. So perhaps we should try advertising in the academic realm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel like that community responds well to a lot of structure. Like, here's the PDF of what the thing is, and here's
That's
the
true.
documentation, and here like even like basic stuff like how high of a curb do you have to be able to go over. They're engineering teams. They're like, I want to know, like, what do I have to design so I don't high center? You can't. They really thrive on knowing as many of the parameters as it's hard to say, hey, show up and figure it out. Like, they're only in school for 4 years. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But that's definitely something that would be an amazing addition, is if we could get JCs and CSUs like participating regularly. It requires finding a couple of instructors who like value the soft skills that show up, that like Lori was mentioning, and like the leadership, the team building, the on the spot problem solving, the iteration. Like, when do kids ever learn that iteration is the key to success? You just keep
probably the first day on the job.
Yeah. Until then, it's always been, here's a bunch of information, now squeeze it back out for the test. Like, that's
literally not even in college.
So if we could figure out like how to pack that so that it's clear to a department that these are like desirable real world skills that your students are going to like achieve, then we could really move forward with something like that, and the race would like explode. Like, if you got even 2 CSU teams like battling each other, like, just imagine the amount of like team spirit of that would come out of that.
Well, I do have a contact at San Jose State. He saw us at one of the bike events riding our machine, and he was like, stop, I need to look at this. I need your emails.
Nice.
So I could talk to him. He's apparently in charge of the makerspace over there in their engineering building.
So would you do that for me? Would you talk to him and find out exactly what kind of what kind of marketing, I guess, what does he need in order to be able to sell it to his department?
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Klamath Falls has 2 colleges. We got Oregon Institute of Technology, and we got Klamath Community College. and he's always been trying to get some kind of rivalry going, but nobody can't find anybody interested in either college to do anything.
Oh, yeah. So there's a part where we
Put the guy's name on YouTube.
are going to have to create like a sizzle reel of here's the cool stuff that your kids are going to build and be exposed to and have to deal with on the fly. And that's, I think, after we get some of that stuff built, it'll be easier for you, Lance, to get that rivalry going.
Yeah,
I don't know about other people. Oh, sorry, Lance.
that's okay.
Go ahead. Oh, okay. I don't know about other people, but I think some of the coolest videos that I've seen out there about kinetics are like the ones that get really into, here's the engineering of how my machine actually works and gets all into it. Like Carl puts out these videos about the Hoosier Daddy. They're just really, like, he gets into it and he shows you everything about how it works. And I just find them fascinating.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of other videos like that. It's mostly just like, oh, they're going around the plaza.
How do I find that video? How do I find that video? I'd like to see it.
What's
So,
YouTube?
Facebook.
you're going to have to send, yeah, Carl is a special goose. You're going to have to make, send Carl a, hey, actually, Bruce, did you send me a Facebook friend request?
Oh,
Are
I don't think I did.
Are we friends yet?
I gotta step it up with Facebook.
It's terrible. We don't want to support, the Zuckerberg, but he really does have the best platform for doing group things.
Yeah. I find that even East Bay Bike Party, they have their own website, but they say, see our latest at Facebook.
Everything's done on Facebook. That's one of the reasons I kept my Facebook account, was so I could stay, in tune with the bike stuff.
Bruce, how do I find you on Facebook? It's Bruce what?
Oh, Bruce B. Maxwell.
There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a friend request, and then I'm going to send you and Carl a message.
Great.
And I'll say, hey, Bruce wants to watch your videos. And
if you're on my homepage, I'm proud of my picture of it's a velomobile rally in Netherlands with looks like 50 little pods, pedal powered pods.
Oh man.
Doing a rally in the Netherlands.
What was that Dutch show?
Maxwell Lil B? No, that's in Kamasi Ghana. That's not you.
No, just Bruce Maxwell. Bruce B. Maxwell.
Oh, look at all those little velos. Oh my golly.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, I've sent you a friend request, and I'll just send something that. Oh, nice. Thanks, Lance. I'll send you. I'll wait till after the meeting tonight, which is nearly done. But oh, Carl is actually sending. All right. All right. Cool. This will be easy. Yeah, Carl has a 2000 converted truck body or truck chassis, and he puts 12 people up on top of it, and he's got like infinity gears on it, and it's just fascinating to watch. All the mechanics of it, and he just had a colonectomy and is very glad to be alive. And very hard through COVID to be like, when do I get to have my operation? I've got all this dead tissue inside of me. And it's like so in making connecting with Carl is a wonderful thing to do right now. He wants people to see his stuff. He wants to know that we value him. And so it's part of the work. So
Who's this
thanks.
Carl guy?
Carl Mueller.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
I already know him.
Yeah. Who's your daddy?
Well, my point is, I think those videos are amazing.
They
And they're
are.
really inspirational for like, wow, look at the infinity drive I could be building if only I knew how to do that. But perhaps
Yeah.
we should have more videos like that where people like Bob, you did that whole thing where you've got like everything in one for your drivetrain, you know, it's like it's brakes, but it's also your sand gear and all of that.
Yeah.
And that's really interesting. So I don't know, maybe we should put all that stuff together, just get people to make videos about that.
Well, so I need to talk to the board about this, but I've decided to go rogue a little and form Kinetic University, which will be a website that has videos and tutorials and guest speakers and all that kind of stuff, so that you can do these things in an attempt to lower the bar of entry, because we all know it's hard. This is hard to do.
Yeah.
Bruce doesn't even go on the salt water because it's just too scary. Which that's fine. I'm not judging. I'm totally not judging. It is scary. It is scary.
I think we've learned there's a lot of ways to fail, and the path to success is somewhat narrow. But
There are many ways.
But there are many paths. They're just narrow.
Well, I think Kinetic University is a fantastic idea. I'm very happy to hear that.
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
want to be an adjunct professor.
Oh,
Yeah. Ooh.
I have actual credentials.
she's an actual engineering teacher,
Really?
so that'll work.
Hey. Uh-huh.
Well, and have you guys aced? You've ate.
No, we've only
Yeah.
been once.
You've only been.
We've only been to the
okay.
Arcata one
Well-
once. We've been to other ones, but not.
So
We have not aced.
Okay, well, you'll
we're
have
gonna
to-
ace next
They
race.
keep trying to come
You'll
back and
see.
ace, but they keep not having a race.
This machine's gonna ace. You'll see.
Whenever they let us come back, that's our plan.
Come to Cloud
I
Falls.
believe you.
We're gonna
Yeah.
go to Klamath Falls.
What is it? What do you guys have in Klamath Falls? It's not an ace. It's a
It's a Pelican War.
Pell.
Pell.
a Pell. Yeah, which is as hard. So if you can Pell at Klamath Falls, Dawn says hi to everybody. I've got my earbuds in, so she can't hear you, but
I love your paintings. Oh, she can't hear us.
Lori loves your paintings.
Yeah, I'm working on it right now. I've actually set the hook. I've set the hook. I just have to reel it in.
What? Can we go look? Can we see what she's talking about?
Yeah, let's go.
Is that all right with everybody?
See it.
Go.
Yeah.
All right.
I've set the hook. Just
Reel it
reel
in.
it in.
So Dawn's been doing a course, and it's you learn that the instructor teaches you how to use the principles of abstract painting in your figurative work. So here's we call this the breakthrough piece, because it's abstract, but it's also figurative. And
Horses.
it's horses and painted hills, and
Looks like the Southwest.
15 minutes.
yeah. And the thing is that once you get all your body parts moving the right way, it only takes, like she says, 15 minutes to do a good painting.
Hey, we can use painting skills at Kinetic University.
That's right, painting skills. Oh my! Look at that guy! Look at that guy!
Yeah.
This one's my
Yeah.
favorite thing ever.
And I got
I've been
some
watching it
purple.
on
I gotta
Facebook.
do some purple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So this is a commission piece that she's doing, and these are from photographs of the lady's yard.
Oh,
Wow.
cool.
Super succulent.
Look at that. This is so lively, and it's still, and yet I,
The textures in here.
yeah.
Like, look at that. Oh my God. I can't even believe that. We're like this. What?
Like, what's going on right there? Yeah. You're making it super interesting to look at. Yeah.
That's a quiet
Shoot.
conversation.
What? People are impressed.
Yeah.
They don't even know what they're looking at, and they're impressed. All right, everybody. It's been an hour.
Yeah.
Anybody got anything burning?
Do we know if Corvallis is going to have an actual race, or is it going to be video or in place? Do we even know?
I haven't heard from Reed Lacey, so I don't know the answer to that, but we could find and make sure that gets into Alan Krause's Facebook page.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Good. Hey, we're launching our rebranded website, so keep an eye out for that because we're under new management. So, yay.
Okay,
Send me a link.
thanks.
It's the same.
I missed that part.
Oh my golly. I'm like, sure, yeah, I'll send you it's the same it's the same thing. It's just a new website.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'll find it.
Yeah, you will. Probably by the end of the weekend, it'll all be updated and everything.
Okay, I have a little homework. I'll see you next week.
I really appreciate the questions about how do we get the word out, because that's something that is an ongoing. And Lost Coast Outpost and also the radio station there, we're working to figure out what we can, what do we do to get the word out with those folks.
Yeah.
I've always wondered why, when you drive into Eureka, there's not some big sign that says "Welcome to Eureka, home of the Kinetic Sculpture Race."
Because they banned billboards along the highway.
Oh, I guess that's a reason.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, but there's plenty of signs
Yeah.
along the, like it could be in Leggett. Leggett hasn't banned billboards. You're
Yeah,
only
on your
50
way there.
miles away.
It
Yeah.
should be just before Ferndale is where it
That's
should.
true.
Yeah.
Right
In-
before Fern Bridge or something.
In Fortuna. Fortuna would
Yeah.
love a little bit of money. Yeah. Well, that's a big budget item.
I don't know. Maybe you
Maybe
can have Dwayne paint like a thing on the side of a building as you come in. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Right along 101 in Eureka.
Yeah.
It's like, Dwayne, have some.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to work for free, but maybe.
No, he's not going to work for free. He gave up. He gave that up. It was bad for his health.
That's good. Good for him.
Yeah.
The guy who owns the Kinetic Museum building is a big fan of kinetics, and he wants to do murals and stuff on the building. The
Yeah.
trouble is that 518 A Street is, there's nothing there. You don't see it. It's like,
Yeah.
there's no traffic. It's like, yay, thanks, Fred. But like, can we get you to buy this building over here where there's actually traffic?
Yeah.
It's like, don't know. We'll see what we can do. Wow. Boy, you guys were on a roll tonight. I got all kind of homework here.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Wow.
I'll see ya.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate all of you so much.
Yeah.
No problem. Thank you.
Yep. Looking forward to your entry, Joel and Lori. Come on. Oh, you guys
It'll be
did
good.
register.
All right.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. All right. Monkey, you could register. You could do something foolish. It'd be fun.
Uh-huh.
I do lots of foolish stuff.
Yeah. We all do.
Okay.
Just have to record it this time.
Oh, that's the ticker.
Evidence.
Think about it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Evidence. Do we want to actually commit things to video? All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
See, at 6 o'clock is good. Should we keep doing 6 o'clock?
Yeah, 6 is good.
And I'm impressed that everybody ignored the April 29th in the email heading.
Yeah.
You guys all figured out, oh, he's just not.
I did notice it. All right.
Good
Goodbye.
job, Bruce. Bye.
Bye.